Hey everyone, Blaze here, welcome to another anime pickups video. This time we're going to be doing a March anime pickups video, and it's going to be the whole thing, everything from March 2017. It's in a somewhat random order, it's just in a giant pile next to me. I think everything's kind of together, but it's going to be in a random order, so anyway. So let's get straight into it. So first up is something I picked up for just $7. It's a series that I remember hearing a review for on the Anime World Order podcast, and it sounded like it was okay, but I was never going to go out and get it because the original Bandai Complete Collection release was really expensive because it'd been out of print for a while and they only released it as a complete collection, and yeah, it was going for like $90 or above pretty much. But sometime last year, Made in Japan rescued the series, and I was able to pick this up on the cheap for about, I don't know, it was like $9 or something, which is a really good deal, even on top of the really good deal it already was in comparison to the original release. And that is Clamp School Detectives, the complete collection. So this is a mid-90s series, like 1997 or something, I think. It doesn't say on the back, annoyingly. But yeah, 26 episode series, like I say, dubbed in English. Obviously this is only on DVD, but yeah, it's a Clamp series. I've been sorting out my collection, as you know from like 2 videos ago. I'm pretty much done doing it. I haven't been able to manufacture as much space as I hoped I was going to be able to do, but I have also made a couple of new sections, and one of those sections I did was I did a couple more creator sections because I had like Masamune Shiro and Leiji Matsumoto, obviously, and now I've also got a Clamp section, so that will fit nicely in there. The Clamp don't have like a ton of anime, so I felt like I had most of it already. I'll go and get the rest over time, and I'll have a Clamp section because I have enjoyed the stuff I've watched, which is mainly at the moment just Cardcaptor Sakura and X, but I expect to like Magic Knight Rayearth and things, so yeah, Clamp School Detectives will go in there. And I really like this set. It's a really nice looking set with just some nice art on the discs and stuff. Very nice, and it was only like $9 or whatever, so that was great. Next one is a Nozomi Entertainment or Right Stuff release on Blu Ray. It's a Blu Ray upgrade. They put this out in a somewhat deluxe DVD box set a couple of years ago. But yeah, I never got around to getting that one. Always intended to, but just never got around to it. Now I'm glad I didn't, because now it's obviously out on Blu-ray. This is not supposed to be. This is actually coming out in the UK. That was announced before I got my copy here, which I had pre-ordered the Right Stuff version. But I decided to just keep with the Right Stuff version because the Anime Limited, who's putting out in the UK on Blu-ray, are probably going to be doing a somewhat limited edition set, and it'll be quite thick in a chipboard box, and I'm sure it'll look nice and lovely, but I don't know, I just decided to stick with the Right Stuff release. The only downside to Right Stuff releases is they don't come with slipcovers, but anyway, so it's Martian, Successor, Nadesico or Nadesco. I don't honestly know how to say this one. I haven't watched the series obviously, but yeah, this is a mid-90s sci-fi series. It kind of, to me, looks like, I mean, it's not from the same franchise or anything. I don't know if it's from the same creator. Tatsuo Sato, I don't know if he also worked on Tenchi Muyo. It's sort of, something about this just screams Tenchi Muyo to me. Because I'm pretty sure that this is like a sci-fi comedy with light harem elements, but it's supposed to be pretty decent. The Blu-ray transfer is okay. And they didn't do a lot of remastering to it or anything, so it's a nice Blu-ray release, but it's not a stunning Blu-ray release or anything. But yeah, I'm happy to have this on Blu-ray, and this contains everything. So it's got the TV series, all 26 episodes, dubbed, the movie, dubbed, and the OVA weird spin-off thing, which is only on DVD, and I think that's only sub-only as well. So yeah, you got the 3 discs for the Blu-ray, TV series, sorry. And then we got the movie, and then we got the OVA and the extras on this disc, I think. That would make sense, so yeah. So that's everything. I don't know what extras there are outside of the OVA. Clean opening, clean ending, TV spots, trailers, interviews with actors and staff. Welcome to Bell Equip featurette. Nadesico Sorikara special, and a music video. So yeah, there's a nice set of extras as well. So yeah, that's Martian Successor, you know, whatever the name of the last thing is, on Blu-ray. I still don't know how to say it, obviously. So that's cool. Next up is the first of many Sentai Filmworks Blu-rays for this video, at least a small handful. I was able to pick a bunch of stuff up really cheap in the same way that I picked up Clamp School Detectives, or whatever that is called, that right? Yeah. I picked that up cheap as well. I was able to pick these up. This is ridiculous, right? This is 26 episodes spread over 2 releases, or 24 episodes, sorry, spread over 2 releases, dubbed on Blu-ray from Sentai Filmworks. Only came out like a year ago or a year and a half ago, and I was able to pick up both for $15 combined for both of them. And that is a series that I've seen when I was initially in. Well, I'll show it first before I talk about it, I guess. So, Hamatora, Collection 1 and Collection 2, so Season 2, and this is Season 1 on Blu-ray. And I say they're dubbed, but yeah, when I first this series first caught my eye after Sentai announced it. Licensed, I was like, that sounds like a pretty cool show. When I read the synopsis, like, it has a potential to be okay, but the reviews, like the ratings for it, weren't that great. But over time, they seem to have gotten better over the last couple of years as more people have seen it. So yeah, it's gone from like a 5 to a 6 up to about a 7 now, I think, which is bordering on something that I should be enjoying, I think, unless there's something terrible about it that I won't like. But yeah, it's like a detective series with like slight supernatural elements. Like these group of teenagers are all in a group that meet at this like cafe or something, and they solve things or something. Yeah, the mysterious detective agency run by private investigators who are also minimum holders, individuals gifted with extraordinary powers and abilities. So yeah, detective series with like supernatural elements, and yeah, it sounds like it might be okay. So, and for $15 for both on Blu-ray, I'm certainly not going to say no to that. So yeah, that's Season 1 and Season 2 with the 2 discs. And I like to show the spine so I don't get annoyed when other people don't show the spine. So, okay. Next up is something I picked up for just 50 cents. So, ridiculously cheap. I just threw it in a basket because I figured why not? It's already, like, it's super cheap, and it's another OVA thing. Previously put out by Media Blasters. I thought ADV Films put this out. I was about to say that, but no, Media Blasters put this out under their Anime Works label. This is a weird 2-episode OVA from the 90s that was supposed to get people to marry each other, because obviously Japan is the only country on the planet that has a declining population, and even back in the 90s, I think like some values were starting to get lost, according to Japanese governments or something. I don't know. So somewhere down the line, this thing was made, which is Marriage, the OVA, and somewhere down the line, for some reason, this was licensed and dubbed and everything. But yeah, this 2-episode OVA is just like sort of like an anthology of short stories. They're all about these different couples potentially getting married and falling in love and stuff. I don't know. It was 50 cents. So I saw it and I figured, screw it. 50 cents, why not? It's not exactly very expensive. Can't even buy, you can barely buy any item of food for that price these days. So unless you're going to eat a carrot or something. Which carrots are nice, so that's okay, I guess. But yeah, anyway, Marriage, yeah, a bit of a weird one, but it was only 50 cents, and I just randomly chucked it in my basket. Something that was also quite cheap, this only cost me a couple of dollars. Dynamic Dylan, recently watched this one after picking it up, and he seemed to really like it, which is good, because I was hoping to enjoy it as well. It's a comedy, fantasy thing that Sentai Filmworks licensed ages ago, and they only just put it out. Like, they licensed this thing like 6 or 7 years ago, and it was only last year they saw fit to actually put it out, and that is a Jewel Bem Hunter Lime. It might have been 2015 actually, but yeah, this is a 3-episode, I believe, OVA from the mid-90s that is, yeah, just fantasy comedy supernatural type stuff with a very 90s style to it. It looks like it might be fun. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Like I said, Dylan really liked it, so... And I think, I can't remember if this is one of the ones he was annoyed that doesn't have a proper ending, but I'm kind of used to that with a lot of OVAs. A lot of them don't have like overly satisfying endings, so I should be okay with that, especially if I know going in. But yeah, Jewel Bem Hunter Lime. Looks like fun, and I really like the Sentai packaging. This was put out before by Media Blasters, I think, or maybe ADV. But yeah, but some reason at some point Sentai ended up licensing this. So I would hope it's quite good, because it's a really random thing for Sentai Filmworks to just suddenly... I mean, this was, like I said, a very long time ago, but they just randomly picked this up. Took forever to put it out. So I'm hoping this is almost like a passion project, like someone... I mean, it's got Janice Williams on the back, who's one of the head people at Sentai. So I'm hoping this is like a passion project, which she really enjoyed it. And like I said, Dylan really likes it, so yeah. Jewel Bem Hunter Lime. I hope I like that one. Another one that I think I'm almost definitely going to like, I showed this in the video when I was sorting out my collection. Picked it up on Blu-ray, the complete collection of My Love Story from Sentai Filmworks. The manliest romance ever. Yeah, I hope to really like this show. I think I will. So yeah, it's a love story between this big honking dude and this dainty little girl here. So, well, not little girl, but you know what I mean. But anyway. So yeah, and it just looks like a really fun series. And yeah, Sentai did like a really lovely like collector's edition for this, and in an ideal world that would have been great to own, but I just don't have the space. Like, there's a part of me that values quantity over quality to some degree, but it's not necessarily that. I mean, I talked about this in my collection video. It's more that I just have an interest in almost anything and almost everything. So it becomes this thing where it's like, well, yeah, I could have like only the really good stuff and have these amazing collector's editions all over the place as well for the really good stuff, but that means I won't be able to get the stuff in between, and ultimately I really like having that stuff as well, so yeah. But anyway, I hope to really like this, and it was cheaper, a lot cheaper than the collector's edition. This cost me $35, I think. I got it on the cheap again, which is really good. It's like half the price it normally goes for, so I was very happy about that as well. And it's like a quarter of the price, if not less, even less than that, than the collector's edition. So yeah, My Love Story, I hope to like that one a lot. I'm pretty sure I will. Okay, this is something I should have collected and picked up a long time ago. This is a Shonen series from the early 90s, Supernatural. It's the first creation of the guy that made Hunter x Hunter. I think it was his first one that was adapted into an anime, I think. But I really love Hunter x Hunter, as pretty much everyone does. I've not seen the 2011 series. I hope to start collecting that soon, especially since Viz are putting out really fair prices for that. But I love the 1999 version. I've watched it twice, and every single time I hear the soundtrack for that 99 series, I want to watch it again. I was listening to it earlier today, actually, sorting out some stuff on my computer, and I was just like, I want to watch that show again, instantly, just wanted to watch it again. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about that I finally picked up Yu Yu Hakusho on Blu-ray. These are the Anime Classics releases. I picked these up on the cheap, so they don't all come with the slipcovers, and the ones that do aren't in exactly great condition anyway. But yes, we got Season 1 on Blu-ray, Season 2 without the slipcover, Season 3 without the slipcover, and then Season 4 with the slipcover. So yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho. This is a show that I think I will absolutely love. The reason why it's taken me so long to buy this was mainly because I was just being a stickler for my Anime Classics hate, which I won't go over a million times again. You guys know I don't like this packaging. I think it's crap. But ultimately, this is the only way to get this show on Blu-ray. I did contemplate double dipping, like getting these on Blu-ray and then getting the DVD versions and just putting the Blu-ray disc in the DVD versions, but that just seems crazy. So yeah, this is obviously the TV series. There are 2 movies and an OVA. I think Funimation have put out on DVD one of the movies and one of the OVAs, and then Central Park Media put out the first movie, I think. So I'll be picking those up soon. But yeah, I'll be watching this sometime this year. I'm looking forward to it. I think I'm going to love it. So yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is a show I've known about for so long. I've been wanting to see for so long. And yeah, as I said, made by the same guy who made Hunter x Hunter, whose name is completely escaping me right now, and I bet it's not on the back of this disc. Because why would it be? I mean, it's the guy that made it. Why would you mention his name at all? Is there original creator down there? Yoshihiro Togashi? Yoshihiro Togashi. Is that him? He's married to the guy that makes Sailor Moon. Isn't... guy, sorry. He's married to the woman that makes Sailor Moon. But anyway, yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho, whatever. Very, very happy to have those, and I'll be watching those relatively soon. I would show you the insides, but I mean, I'll show you it for season 1, I guess. I mean, my discs are like... The tray is busted. I need to replace this tray. Or this case. But yeah, the discs are all the same. They all look like that with just different seasons on them. So nothing special there. But yeah, I will be replacing the cases. I don't really mind not having all the slip covers. I'm just happy to own the show at this point. That's all I care about. It's not the end of the world. So anyway, whatever. Moving on. One more step to having a complete collection of this, which I should have had a complete collection of this ages ago. And the main reason I haven't completed this collection was because I was buying them from Amazon UK, the volumes, and at some point the prices, at some point, after Brexit, the prices of everything on Amazon went up like crazy, so I had to go to different avenues to buy stuff, and it's taken me a while to find somewhere where I can buy this stuff cheaper. But anyway, Space Brothers Collection 6, which leaves me with just Collection 7 to get, and I'll have the complete collection. I need to watch this show. I know I will adore this show. I'm like 99% sure I will really like this. Like this I think is going to be an 8 out of 10 for me all day long, and probably even maybe more than that. So I just need to get to it. But anyway, yeah, Space Brothers Collection 6 on Blu-ray on 2 discs this time. Sometimes they're only on 1 disc. I think it's because this one's got 12 episodes on it. 65 to 75. Now this one's only got 11. Sometimes when they have 11 they have 1 disc, sometimes they have... Sentai are fucking weird when it comes to that stuff. I'd love to know what that shit's about, because it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if you're going to do it 12 episodes on a single Blu-ray, subtitled, then why is that one on 11 and on 2 discs? Like, I shouldn't really complain, because even Blu-ray bit rates can benefit from 2 discs for 11 episodes, but still, like, kind of ridiculous. Anyway, another one I picked up because it was on the cheap. I want to collect this series. I want it in my collection. I've watched it before. I really liked the first half of it. Second half sort of tailed off for me. I didn't like it as much. But I watched it very slowly with Rock God Itachi. Like, slowly to how I would have normally have watched it, I guess. So maybe on a second viewing, the second half might hold up a little bit more. Although the general consensus seems to be that the second half of the show is not as good. What I have here is the second half. I don't have the first half because I picked this up cheap, so I'm going to wait and to get the first half hopefully a little bit cheaper as well. And that's Parasite and Maxim. Yes, they did collector's editions for these, but no, I didn't buy them. I really like the cover art for the standard editions, especially Collection 1, and I also quite like Collection 2. I didn't really like the packaging for the collector's editions at all. And the fact that the collector's edition for Season 2, or Part 2, comes with the volume of a manga shoved in the box. It's like, I don't need manga taking up unnecessary space on my shelf, like, in that instance. Like, because if I'm going to have Parasite the manga, then I want all the manga together. I don't want one volume stuck in a Parasite set. So things like that, I just hate it when they put in manga inside collector's editions for anime. And I also don't like it when they put in, like, what have I seen? The Tokyo Ghoul one had a blank journal. I don't fill up this giant box with a blank journal. Like, it's the last thing I need on my shelf. So, yeah, anyway, but Parasite the Maxim on Blu-ray, dubbed, obviously, from Sentai. This is a show that I really, really wanted to like, and like I said, I did for the first half. Second half sort of tailed off, but yeah, I will happily rewatch that one day, so I definitely want it in the collection. Okay, here's one that I didn't think I was ever going to own, but then I got the opportunity to buy the third season, I think it's the third season, on Blu-ray really cheap, and it just kind of made me think, well, as I watched the first season online last year, I think, randomly, or the year before that, at some point I just randomly watched like the first season, and I thought it was okay. I'd always been curious about this show, and I thought it was okay. It made me laugh to some degree in some elements. It made me laugh when I didn't expect it to, because it's sort of like a light comedy. Well, actually, it is kind of more a comedy. It was okay. It was an okay show, basically, and I was curious about it. So I've ended up picking up the Sentai Selects version, which has Season 1, Season 2 in the OVA, and I've got the Season 3, which I picked up cheap on Blu-ray, which was the catalyst for this entire pickup. Because I got that cheap as well, and that is Rozen Maiden, the complete collection. So yes, we got the Sentai Selects release and the Blu-ray. I was going to get the complete collection, but it was a stack pack. I could have replaced the case, but I kind of like the. I mean, Sentai Selects, they do this reversible cover where you get this giant piece of art on it, and I thought I'd just try it out, see how I feel about it. I kind of like it. I do like having like the official information on the back. I don't know what it is. I just prefer it because it reminds me that this isn't like some weird bootleg that I picked up. I don't know. It's something. It just feels more official that way. But I know it's official. You know it's official. It doesn't really matter. But it's just like some stupid thing in my head that wants this information. But I definitely don't want this version. I don't want this side in the collection because it has the stupid border on it and stuff. But anyway, so we got season 1 on 2 discs, then we got season 2 on 2 discs, and then the OVA, and then season 3 on Blu-ray. And I think these are all dubbed, yeah, which is cool. I think this is like a remake of season 1 or a reimagining or something. I'm curious, like, I don't know if they recasted it as a result as well, maybe, I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know, I'd be curious. Like, I did kind of like I said, I did kind of like season 1. Just, like, it was okay. It was weird, like, really weird. Not something I would normally enjoy, I think, but I thought it was okay. So, yeah, that's all of Rozen Maiden. Oh wow, we only have 4 things left, that's cool. I mean, 22 minutes in, so it's been going for a while, but okay. Another Sentai Filmworks Blu-ray release, the penultimate one. I've got one more after this. Again, I picked this up really cheap, like I did for all the others, pretty much. This is a fantasy series, romance series that I remember taking the mickey out of when it was when I was doing those Sentai solicitation videos, because some of the names in this are just dumb. They're sort of really stupid. But people really like this show. Like, it's pretty well rated, and when I had the opportunity to pick it up for, like, I don't know what it was, like £10 or something, I was like, yeah, why not? Sentai Filmworks Blu-ray, sub only, but it's only £10, and that is The World Is Still Beautiful on Blu-ray, the complete collection. So, yeah, like I said, romance, fantasy series, but the names are really dumb. Like, where is it? So we got like one of the main, the main princess name here, the redhead, is called Nike. I mean, it's spelt Nike, but I presume it's Nike, I don't know. And she's the 4th princess of the Rain Dukedom. It's just dumb. That's a really dumb name. And she finds herself being shipped off to marry the king of the Sun Kingdom after losing a game of chance with her older sisters. A princess of Rain Dukedom and the king of Sun Kingdom sounds like a fantasy story written by a 5-year-old. That's what I said in that Slate Sentai solicitation video, and I still feel that way. But apparently people really like the show and hate it. It's just a name, so it doesn't really matter. So, yeah, hopefully this will be an okay show. I don't know, but yeah, The World Is Still Beautiful on Blu-ray. I think it's on 1 disc, yes it is. So yeah, it's all 12 episodes on 1 disc. Proving my weird point with Space Brothers. This is subtitled, and it's 1 disc for 12 episodes, 2 discs for 11 episodes on Space Brothers. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Okay, here is something that I'm really happy to pick up, because I've been wanting to get this one for a while, ever since it came out, and the opportunity to get this really cheap, I could not not pick this up. So yes, this is a Yasuume Umetsu series. This is obviously the guy that made Kai, Mezzo. I'm most fanatical about him because of his character designs, which I really love, but mainly because he made the short Robot Carnival called Presents, which is just amazing. I don't know what it was about that, but I went through a weird couple of months to 3 months period of watching that thing way too many times. It really just blew me away as a piece of animation. It's just stunning to look at, and from there on I kind of wanted to see all of his stuff. Unfortunately, some of his stuff ended up being hentai, but more recently his stuff has been, well, what I'm holding here, and he's been directing a few things here and there. But yeah, this one he directed, created, and did the character design for, and that is Wizard Barristers, which is a magic series about these people hunt down criminals using magic. They hunt them down in order for them to have to go to court, hence barristers, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what they do in real life and stuff. But anyway, yeah, so it's a magic series, and it just looks kind of cool. I like his design. It's dubbed in English, and it was really, really cheap on Blu-ray. And I hope to like it. People seem to think it's an okay show, not too many crazy reviews for it, but people seem to think it was okay, the general consensus. And yeah, this is now in my newly created magic section. I used to have a magical girl section, now I've just expanded it to magic. So, because otherwise normally I put this in the fantasy section, and it just doesn't quite, I mean, it's pretty close to what this is, but it's more about magic and, a modern setting rather than, high fantasy or anything. So yeah, I decided to put this in a magic section, which I'm pretty happy about doing. So yeah, Wizard Barristers. The last two things aren't overly exciting. So yeah, penultimately I've got a repurchase, a replacement for something that I sold a little while ago. I used to have the Funimation limited edition for this, which was nice. The box was okay, and it came with this art book, but the art book was quite ecchi, and it was 2 DVDs on the shelf, despite the fact that one of those DVD spaces in the art box was just a filler box for the really thin art book. So, I don't know, I decided to sell it on, and I thought, well, I could use some of the money I'll make from that to buy a much cheaper re-release, so that's what I did. So I bought the Viridian collection for the Sacred Blacksmith, which is a show that I remember watching in a single day, a really long time ago now, it feels like 4 or 5 years ago. I think it was 4 years ago. I'm going to go for about 4 years ago, 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. Yeah, I watched the Sacred Blacksmith, and it was an okay show. Yeah, it's got a lot of fan service. Well, not a lot of fan service, but it has fan service in it, and it didn't necessarily overly detract from the show, but I do remember it. But the rest of it is just kind of this more traditional fantasy series with some light magic and supernatural elements in it, and yeah, I thought it was okay, and I'd like to go back to it at some point. It's sort of a shame that Funimation never released this on Blu-ray, because it was made in high def, so it's a shame not to have it in high def. But anyway, yeah, this was really cheap, so I just decided to use some of the money that I got from the limited edition sale for replacing it with this one, which is slightly more compact. And yeah, it's a complete series on 2 discs. That's the Sacred Blacksmith. Not a show that I would overly recommend, but if it takes your fancy, it's worth trying. It's okay. Okay, and last but not least, a bit of an anticlimax. I've got a ADV OVA from the mid-90s. This is the special edition. It's been released a couple of times on DVD, and a couple of months ago I did actually accidentally buy the original release because I preferred the cover for it, but it turns out that version is dub only, and the only way to get the original Japanese audio is to buy the special edition, so I did, and that is Doomed Megalopolis. So yeah, this is the special edition. I don't like the packaging for this, and my case is broken, so disc 1 keeps falling out, so I might have to do something about that. But yeah, this is a horror, supernatural OVA from the 90s, a bit grungy and stuff, and Just looks like my sort of thing, honestly. Like demons, I think, are in this and stuff. Like demonic stuff. I don't know. It just seems like it's weird because I don't like horror movies, like real live action. I never watch them. Like, I like psychological horror or thrillers, but I don't watch any like. I like the odd like slasher, like a Halloween film or something, but I've not seen any Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street. I just don't really like that stuff. When it comes to anime, though, I really like this sort of stuff. So, yeah, I tracked down Doomed Megalopolis, Doomed Megalopolis Special Edition, and yeah, this is the full 4 episodes. Something that I've heard is okay. Like, it seems it's something I've always known about. I just never got around to buying. That's this one, and this one fell out, obviously, and this too. But this one always falls out. I really need to I should just put it in like a one of those paper sleeve things or something. It's probably better than falling out of the tray all the time. But anyway, yeah. So that's everything. That's everything for March. 31 minutes. Jesus Christ. God damn it. But anyway, yeah, that's everything for March, so I hope you enjoyed. I'll be doing April soon, May soon, there'll be an anime collection video soon. Everything's coming soon, or by soon I mean whenever I'm ready to do it. So, yeah, I've been Blaze. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.